There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to uproot. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to tear down, and a time to build. I think you guys kind of see what I'm saying here. Um, Timing is really important. Timing is everything. And I just read Ecclesiastes 3 here of the Bible. Whether you're religious or not, you consider yourself a follower of Christ, Christian or not. I think this applies to everyone, and we're going to talk about it today. Title of the video is talking about why you shouldn't start a business. What does that mean? Let's get right into it. So I have my laptop here, have a few notes. So if you see me looking down, that's what it is. But if you guys are new here as well, this is a series. We're batching content right now, filming at 2:18 in the morning, even though we have to wake up at 7 for this trip. We're kind of spontaneous, we're crazy, but we're getting right into it. And we do daily content creator videos. As I said, we're batching a bunch of content, so we're releasing a bunch of it at once. And the timing of it for me right now, kind of going to the theme of the video, very bad, but this is just when it makes sense for me to do. And I feel like doing it right now. So, first thing, as you guys might see in the thumbnail, it says why you should not start a business right now. Don't start that business. My take on this is you are the business, and what I want to talk about here is internal versus external. If you're still following along, trust me, this will make sense. You can build something externally outside of yourself, which is great. Boom, you have something externally outside yourself, whether that's a YouTube channel, whether that is a physical product business, drop shipping store, social media account of any sort, and that's amazing. And you're gonna self-develop through that. But you yourself, you should work on yourself because you yourself are what makes that business possible, right? You are the person building the business. So if you focus on yourself more than the actual business, you will have something that you'll be able to then transfer to any other opportunity or any other business venture. Yeah, business venture. Because think about this, right? You build let's say you build an app, right? Cool, that app, standalone app. You developing that skill of building the app is what is really going to allow you to either monetize it or keep going to whatever avenue God calls you to in the future. So work on yourself just as hard as you work on other stuff. You are that business. So if you're worried about, oh, I need to start this business, I need to do this, I need to do that. I fell into this trap of like, I always need to be doing something else outside of me. Work on you or be transformed by the renewal of your mind. It talks about in the Bible, but allow God to work in you. Allow God to transform you. You are the business. You are the skill, the thing that you are the resource. You are the thing that you are building up. We're all being built up in Christ if you're following Christ. And even if you're not, you're self-developing, you're growing. And that's the most important thing at the end of the day, because that's what you're going to take with you throughout all your journeys here on earth. So, and then talking about building up your spirit, it's a whole different conversation. But that's very important as well because the spirit's inside the body, or at least connected to. And building up your spirit allows you to really flourish. And it's a whole thing. Like you need to have your spirit, mind, body. Like all of those need to be in sync for you to operate properly. And if you're talking about growing your business, you want to make sure your finance department's right. You want to make sure your marketing department's right. You want to make sure your accounting department's right. You want to make sure same thing with your body or you yourself as your business. You want to make sure that your spiritual life is good. You want to make sure that your physical, mental, emotional health is good. Because they're all connected at the end of the day. And there's a time for everything. In that first quote I mentioned, guys, you are building these skills. You're building yourself up, and you don't want it to happen too early or too late. You want it to happen on God's timing, and that's why it's so important to stay close to the Word and follow God. Imagine getting a blessing. Imagine getting blessed with $10 million before you know how to handle it. You don't want a blessing too early. At the same time, you want to be preparing, though, to receive that blessing so when it's time. And so this is why it's important to be impatient with action, but patient with results. We don't actually control the outcomes. We can just control the inputs. And having that mentality of like, okay, we're working. We're going to see what God does with it, but we're working. We know God's working. And then let's see what happens. Don't be slothful. Don't be lazy. And yeah, maybe that looks like working on yourself, allowing God to work on you, sculpting you into who you need to be so you're ready at the right time. Instead of forcing a jump shot, you're waiting till the layup's there. The layup will be there. The game-winning layup will be there. Instead, you're trying to force a fadeaway three when it's not the time for that. So just be patient, my brothers and sisters that are watching. Um, Going back like to the Bible, like Jesus took 30 years to start his ministry, and this is something my friend Aduse, shout out, taught me or told me actually the other day. And I thought it was really interesting because he was building himself up slash doing other things in the meantime that allowed to prepare him for the opportunity. And so it's something I see in business all the time is when you have a skill set combined with experience and then an external opportunity comes in, you're able to capitalize on it because you've been preparing. It's kind of, there's a quote saying that when luck is when opportunity meets preparation. And that's so true. It's a timing thing. There's a time for everything. There's a time to start that business. There's a time to be in college and work on yourself. There's a time to meet that person. There's time to go out on that date. There's a time to be in that relationship. There's a time not to be in that relationship. There's a time to eat good food. There's a time not to eat good food. In the sense, maybe don't go to a fancy restaurant. Maybe today's just a pizza day. Um, Time to brush your teeth. The time to wake up. Like, you know what I mean? Timing is super important, and you want that all to be in sync. How do you know if it's in sync? You stay close to God. You abide in Christ. For you, we can do nothing without Him. And yeah, guys, by the way, I don't know if you know much about me, but this might be turning into like some sort of Christian YouTube channel slash it's such a big part of my life. And I'll get into my other plans in the next series of videos that we're gonna be doing. But it's gonna be I might be starting each video off with like something from the Bible. I'm not exactly sure yet because we're also getting into web design as a high income skill, which we'll be talking about in one of these videos here soon. But and I'm really tired, so that's why I have a deep voice. And it's like I'm looking at this like this now. But yeah, develop skills, serve others, use those skills and spiritual gifts that we all been given to serve others and follow God and grow in Christ along the way. Um, I'm trying to do that. I don't really know what that looks like exactly. I'm kind of throwing darts at the wall, but it's been a blessing seeing where like this channel can go. My last video kind of blew up a little bit, at least in my terms. It got to 900 views or so, which is like insane. Like, thank you guys. I respond to every single comment, so please keep commenting, showing the support. Um, as I said, timing. Like, I don't know. I don't think right now I'm ready for like 1 million subscribers. And that might be kind of ambitious or limitless or naive to say. Am I even ready for 1,000? I don't know. Am I ready to have that impact on people? So I just hope that all happens on God's timing, and I hope everyone here watching this can know that everything will happen when it's supposed to happen, in accordance to God's will. And timing is huge. Timing is everything. There is a time for everything. So that also makes you don't stress. Don't stress about things, because things will happen when they're supposed to happen at the right time. Um, you don't need to force that jumper. Like, you don't. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, don't force the jumper. It should be. That doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. Hitting a layup is never easy. You might be about to be blocked by James, right? But because it's the right timing, it'll work. One of my friends said to me, one of my brothers, we have this thing called CG, called Connection Group, and it's where we meet and kind of do Bible study, talk about how God's working in our lives, and especially with entrepreneurship or something that you're doing. If the timing is right and God's calling you towards it, it's not going to take you away from God. Like, when the timing is right, guys, it will happen. So don't worry, don't stress. Keep preparing for when the time is right, and then when the time is right, execute. But when the time is right, things will fall into place. So just trust that. It's gonna be episode 1 of the videos I'm making for tonight. I'm making like 11 videos. It should be kind of fun. It's gonna take me like 2 hours. I don't even know if I'm gonna sleep tonight. We'll see. We're gonna film these videos. We will upload them tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you guys. Have a good night. Like, comment, subscribe. Get ready for some more videos. This is gonna be like the little Jesus series we're making right now. But be transformed by the renewal of your mind, and read Ecclesiastes. I recommend it. All is vanity. Pretty interesting stuff. So yeah, peace.